What it do? What it do? What it do? Why is this not on for me? I figured we'd do something a little different tonight. I would do something a little different tonight. I need to work on the Pro Bowl, and that's not going to work. I figured it might be nice. What's up, Lost? What's up, Priest? To be a little bit more transparent than we normally are. Not that we're not transparent, just the off season rarely allows us to do things like this. And yeah, I figured this might be cool to show you how I think about the Pro Bowl, how I go about doing the Pro Bowl, and how to start to process it. I am feeling under the weather. What's up, Bronco Man? So I'm going to be cleaning these nostrils out from time to time. I apologize for that. Let me explain to you what I do. What you see here on the screen is a spreadsheet that I use. If you're on the vertical, you're not going to see this. Sorry, don't feel like setting that up. But if you're on the regular stream, you're going to see this. And this is what we share. So me and Roger are the ones that really do a lot of the work. Every now and then Maniac will have time and D-Wayne will have time. But the other guys stay pretty busy, so they don't get to help out as much. Either way, after we fill out this spreadsheet, whether it's me by myself or Roger or the other guys helping me, we share with the rest of the board and have them go through it and tell us where they see discrepancies or see things differently than the way we do. Sometimes this is hard, but you got to draw a line somewhere. And you can have a great season, but if 2 or 3 guys in front of you had even better seasons, even if they're close, but they're slightly better, then yeah, it sucks. So I'm going to fill this out in the background. Basically what we do is we just put the name of the player, their stats. We've highlighted some key stats that we try to always look at, the team, and then starter, backup, all that fun stuff. This gets copied every single year, and I have since season 85. This has been done several different ways, many different years. Oh, you're not seeing all this. I wonder why you're not seeing all this. That's weird. I thought if I was going through these tabs that y'all would see it, but you do not. I don't know why it's not showing y'all all the tabs, but I have tabs all the way back to season 88. You guys have, if you've been around that long, you've seen the different ways that we've tried to do the Pro Bowl. It finally just moved to I select them and I get the board to help me. So I figured we'll do that tonight. So let me go ahead and take this off. I'm gonna leave the music on. Let me know if the music gets to be too loud, too annoying. And we're just going to do this. We're going to go through here and we're going to see if we can pick some Pro Bowl real quick. Feel free to come talk to me in the chat if you want and come hang out with me. But I figured this would be a good time to do this. I'm trying to stay on top of the off season. I'd much rather play video games and unplug, but I need a break from the shooters and I need a break. What better time than to do this and hang out with you guys? So let's go over here to the AFC. Let's look at some quarterbacks to get this thing started. Automatically sorts it by yards, but I always go touchdowns. I look at the touchdown interception ratio. I don't always go to the tippy top. I will look at the tippy top, but I always look at the big spreads here, right? So Justin Herbert is jumping off of the page to me. Allen is jumping off the page to me. And of course, you can't ignore Danny Dimes. He was so far ahead of everyone else. His interceptions are high, but they're sort of in the range of the other higher guys. Now, not in the range of Herbert, not in the range of Allen, not in the range of Jackson. I can't sit here and talk all of these through like this because I will be here forever. This is going to be tough. I got to make a call here, right? 63% is pretty low, especially when you compare it to Allen, when you compare it to Herbert, when you compare it to Jackson. I start to look at yards per game. I like to go to ratings. He's got 106. Herbert's got 116. Allen 115. 112. I think this is going to be a classic. I'm not saying this is where we're going to sit, but I think McDimes is going to make the Pro Bowl. Yeah, he's got the yards. I mean, he's got, almost 1,000 yards more than Herbert. only 60 more attempts. Or I'm sorry, no, 120 more attempts. Excuse me. So that makes a little bit of a difference. Allen's really low on yards, but also like 120 less attempts. Jackson, I think the yards are just going to take him out. Great season, though. So I start to look at sacks. Allen took a ton, 44. Herbert only took 16. He's going to be my starter. And I want to go Josh Allen. 33 and 17 and 67 is really impressive. He's only 30 yards per game under McDaniels. He's got a better rating. He just took twice as many sacks. 100 less attempts. I'm also trying to take that into consideration. Only roughly 500 and whatever, was it 40 yards or so. All right, I'm going to go Herbert and Allen. Those interceptions are just really high for McDaniels. And yeah, the touchdowns are impressive, but you had a lot more attempts. You had, I guess only, no, I keep looking at completions, attempts. Yeah, I mean, he's up there at the tippy top in attempts. All right, so we're going to go Josh Allen. QBR 115. 3,976 yards. 33 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, 67% completion percentage. Completion percentage also kind of got me. Like, he's 5 points lower than these other guys with, 10 more interceptions. 10 more touchdowns, sure, but 100 more attempts. QBR, 15 points less. Even his yards per attempt is lower. And then Herbert's going to be my starter here. I did put out the draft guide. Feel free to use it if something like that is useful to you. I need to start working on my draft stuff. I'm super late again this year getting that stuff put together, but I was able to knock that out today and have that ready for you guys. All right, let's go NFC now. We'll just keep bouncing quarterbacks to quarterbacks. All right, again, looking at the top ones here. These first two are pretty impressive. Prescott also really impressive. Prescott is 600 yards less than Scully, 1,000 yards less than White. His interceptions are impressive. His percentage is better. His QBR is better. He took less sacks. This is where it gets really hard. It's between those three guys. You can see the NFC threw lots of interceptions. These three guys, man. I almost want to go Scully Prescott. But man, White is not that far off. It's impressive. I'm going Prescott as my starter. It's just hard not to. We're also going to pull up our Neon Sports. Guess I'm going to need that for some team stats. And then my backup. 1 less touchdown, 4 less interceptions, 300-ish, a little over 300 less yards, 30 some odd less attempts, does have a better QBR, does have 0.1 less yards per attempt. He took way less sacks. He has less yards per game. It's tough, but this is what I'm talking about. You got to make a call. I'm going Ricky. And again, the board will get last say so here. We used to add lots of backups and stuff, but I've really tried to tighten that up of like, we got to make a call. There's so many ways to earn extra XP and stuff around here. You got to draw the line in the sand somewhere. All right. We're going to go running back. We get 1 starter, 1 backup, and 1 fullback. Fullback is always just about impossible to pick. This one's a bit more cut and dry. You're looking at yards and touchdowns and fumbles. I think you got a very clear starter right here. Yeah, I mean, Damian Pierce going to be my starter. Great season from him. And now it's a bit of a tear here, right? Winters had 7 fumbles. Mayberry had 5. Allen only had 2. He had 19 touchdowns. He had more average per carry. Didn't have as many break tackles, but he didn't have nearly as many attempts. I'll go Allen. It's funny to see how the rushing numbers are so much lower than normal. I think I kind of like the rushing numbers to be here. And going back to All Pro, we're going to have to see if we can figure that out. And yeah, see, like, can we get it to play as close? Like, I like the stats so far for all Madden. I think overall they're pretty impressive. Interceptions are high, but that's always going to be a thing no matter what we do. It just will be. We're not NFL quarterbacks. And as long as we're not NFL quarterbacks, we're going to throw picks. Let's see if we can go ahead and pick the fullback. Golly, I don't even know. We're just going to go for yards and see if we find a fullback, and then we're going to go to pass or receiving. It'd be so much easier if it gave us pancakes, but it does not. See, back 21 yards. Who cares? Any fullback that had crazy touchdowns? No, don't look like it. Any fullback with break tackles? No. This is where we got to get a little creative. We're going to go... Let's go blocking. No, it's just sacks. I hate it. Just give me pancakes, man. We're going to go receiving. So we had nothing at rushing. Fullback is a dying breed, man. I do think it's going to come back in the NFL. Gilliam had 6 for 91 and 2. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over here to the Neon Sports page. and we're going to go rushing offense, right? That's where the fullback really affects the most. Bills are going to be the bottom half of the league. But Gilliam did have 2 touchdowns and 6 receptions for 100 yards. What would I be looking for here? We're gonna go here. We're gonna go receiving, fullback. All right, this is rushing. Nothing. Oh wait, I guess we can go here. Yeah, Gilliam had no attempts this year. Looking at the Chargers, who led the league, he had 6 attempts for 18 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. All right, we're going to go receiving. Same thing. Fullback. Of course, Gilliam. Anything from the Chargers. He had 2 receptions for -6 yards. Well, that ain't going to do it. All right, so I'm torn here. The guy who led the league in rushing, whose fullback had 2 rushing touchdowns, or Gilliam, who had almost 100 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns receiving, but the bottom half of the league. I'm going to give it to Ricard. Let's see. Let's just go to Chargers here. Do it that way. Ricard, 18 yards, 2 touchdowns. 18. Receiving yards, I think he had -3, I think the number was. Oh, it doesn't even show him. I'm going to put it because Neon Sports says -3, 2 touchdowns. And Neon Sports says his team had rushing yards. $21.01. $21.01. LA Chargers. All right, same thing for the NFC. Again, it sucks because it feels like it's very difficult to figure that out. So we're gonna just use Neon Sports. All right, we're gonna go rushing. We want fullbacks only. Chicago's guy had 9 for 26 yards and a touchdown. Derek Parrish had 6 for 9 yards and a touchdown. Now let's look at, that was rushing. So now let's look at receiving. Buffalo Bills had the only fullback receiving touchdowns this year. Chicago, last in game, had 2 for 49. All right, we're going to look at team. We're going to look at rushing yards. So I'm leaning Chicago. They're bottom of the league. Cardinals, middle of the league. Panthers at the top. Rushing position, fullback. Hit 2 for 3. Some of these positions feel like impossible to pick nowadays. He had 8 receptions for 46. All right, we're going to go him. Jason Cambina? I don't know. English is my second language. All right, let's go over to him. Go Carolina Panthers here. He had 3 whole rushing yards. .46 receiving yards. No touchdowns. And his team had $21.65. All right, receiver, the sexy, fun things. Let's go AFC first. All right, couple numbers jump off, right? Lowry, Worthy, Copeland, DeMarco. Oh, crud. I forgot. There. So if you missed, I'm so glad I just now thought about this. If you missed more than 3 games, you're void. So Rams, Steelers, Eagles are the teams we cannot select from. We have not done that. So we're good. Rams, Steelers, Eagles. I got to remember that. I'm going to put it in the chat just so I remember. Oh, did we not? Oh, we didn't do. You're right. My bad. Let's go do NFC. Thank you, Priest. I would have realized that and went, oh, crud. How did I do that? Of course he said that. All right. Stark, crazy impressive. But the touchdowns are doubled by the next 2 guys. And we're talking less attempts, a higher yards per, well, no, less yards per carry, 0.2. Break tackle. He did play less downs, even though he had more carries. Boy, that's going to be a tough one. Right here live in front of Priest. Fumbles are impressive. The break tackles are impressive. I'm going to go McMullen as my starter. Stark is my backup. It's your fault. I mean, I got to look at the stats. Then goal line or not, McMullen had a .2 less average, less carries, only like 100 and what is it, 30 yards, 125 yards, whatever. He had double your touchdowns. He was only, quick math, my brain ain't working, 7 less yards per game from you. He had no fumbles. You did have less break tackles. You had more attempts. I mean, technically, I start getting into the receiving and stuff. But at some point, like, I don't get to do this full time, and like, I'm drawing the line somewhere. It's a great season, though. Like, you should be really proud of that season, and it's very close. Like, I could technically make all 3 of these guys, players. But again, I'm trying to force myself to make a call. And again, the board may look at this and disagree with me, and we may change these around. I just figured this would be a fun live stream to do tonight. 9 touchdowns, 93.9, 1 fumble, Green Bay. All right, now we get to go receiver. Like I said, Lowry, Copeland, DeMarco. I mean, Worthy had a really good season, but you can see he had... I don't know, man. I wish they showed drops here. His rack is impressive. His rack is more impressive than DeMarco. I'm going to do Lowry, Copeland, Worthy, and then Barkley. And I get one other. It's Thornton. It's Freeman. McCool. I don't know if that's how you say it. Cool's impressive. I think that's going to be it. McCool. So I'm going to go Lowry. These are my starters. Lowry. Copeland. Spamfest, I should say. Even though you could say the same about Lowry. These guys do spam those dudes pretty bad. But I'm fine with it. Worthy. Those are my 3 starters. And then DeMarco. Barkley. Yeah, Barkley. And then McCool. I don't think that's how you say it, but that's how I'm saying it. All right, Lowry. He had 113, 21, 14, and 21. I wish it showed drops all on one page. Again, yeah, I could go find that, but I can't. There's a limit to how much I'm willing to put into this, and I'm just not worth splitting that many hairs. Worthy, 125. These receiving numbers are stupid. Like, these receiving numbers got to come down a little bit. As high as the interception numbers are, these receiving numbers are dumb. And I'm afraid the only real answer y'all ain't gonna like, and that is to lower catch. And we may do that. I don't know. I'll see what the board thinks. But every time we do that, y'all come crying out of the woodworks about drops. But look at these stats, y'all. These stats are stupid. Like, we're talking the 10th best receiver in yards has 95 catches. A guy below him, 90. And we're talking all these dudes are almost in double-digit touchdowns. Like, these are stupid numbers. These are the most unrealistic numbers we have in the OMFL. And the only way to fix it is to up pressure, lower catch. Which we may do, right? We may lower the catch just a little, not a lot. We don't mess with the sliders a ton. You know, they won't be as low as interceptions or nothing, but I think they got to come down. These numbers are crazy. NFC. I didn't break my rules, right? No Pittsburgh. Yeah, I'm good. All right, NFC. Right off the jump, Thomas, Jefferson, and then we start getting into weird territory. Watts has less catches, less downs played, 1 less touchdown, 3 yards less rack, a higher rack average, a higher catch average. Duvernay, really impressive down here. But his yards and his catches are so much lower than everybody else. I've already not made friends with Bill, but he's going to hate this one. I got to go Watts. He played 2 less games. Had more yards, 1 less touchdown, a higher rack average. Neighbors is going to be my first backup. The question is, Hal has a better average per game, less average per catch, 1 less touchdown, 5 more. I mean, these guys are almost identical, right? For every sense of the word, they're identical. Question is, do you go look at these guys, right? Talking about 2 more touchdowns. Duvernay really, I think, would be the only guy that has an argument here. Hmm. $79 catches for Hal, 74 for Palmer, 70 for Duvernay. We're talking 100 more yards for the other 2 guys. Better average per game. Less touchdowns. More rack. More rack average. Dang, man. I also hate picking my guy. These are my top 3. Neighbors is in, and it's who are the other 2. Hal, Palmer, Duvernay. I'm gonna have to put in one more. I don't want to, but it is just too close. All right, so we're gonna go Brian. You see why this takes so long as well. 87, 1958. What a great season from him. 16 touchdowns. Again, I wish they had drops where we could easily access those. Two LSU guys right there. This kid played in the city I live in. The high school my boys went to. He's a good player. Came out as a 3-star. Exploded in LSU. Minnesota. '79, 16, 21, 11. Malik, 108. An impressive season. I don't think a guy named Oliver should be allowed in the playoff, Pro Bowl. He definitely isn't allowed in the playoffs. I should trade him and give him to somebody that could actually do something with him. All right, let's go tight end. Not rushing, Nate. Receiving, AFC. Let's go. This is just gonna be easier here. Let's go Neon Sports. We're gonna go receiving. We're gonna go position, tight end. We're gonna zoom this out to 100. We're gonna go. Does it by yards. All right, so Brock had 64 for 1,211 touchdowns. Let's just go back over here. I think we'll do them both. I mean, Brock's in. Njoku. The only guy close to Njoku is going to be. He had 3. Pat Furmoth. I'm probably not doing that right either. Had 4 for Denver, but only 663 yards. They double. Yeah, it's got to be those two. Has to be. So we're going to go Brock. We're going to go Njoku. Probably not saying that right either. Where's Brock? All right, he had 64. 1207, 11 touchdowns, super impressive. Yards are going to be pretty low, I think. Try to look at rushing yards. Yeah, Raiders only 1460, so they're pretty low, but his other numbers are really impressive. And then Njoku, the Browns only had 1448, but again, his numbers are double anybody else. We'll do 64, 48, 3 touchdowns. Then 14, what did I say? 1440. 1448. All right, let's go look at NFC. Just looking on the surface. Screw it. Let's do it like this. Komet, 775 and 8. Ferguson, 677 and 7. Holy cow, Kittle had 16, that's right. Pitts only had 4. 4 for Laporta. Likely had 5. Schwartz had 5. All right, so 16's in. I mean, you have to. George Kittle is in. So he's going to be my starter. $58, 672, 16. And his rushing yards are pretty high. 1669. Yahtzee. Question is, who's the backup? Dallas also high, number 1 in rushing yards. Chicago's not. Chicago's in the other end. Yeah. So one less. Man, his yards per game, though, are impressive. He had one less touchdown than Komet. 80 less yards, but 20 more catches. So Komet put up those stats with much less catches and downs played. The rushing yards on the opposite ends of the spectrum. I'm going Ferguson. And then Dallas had 2304. Okay, we got our starters. Now the not fun part, offensive line. And this is there a better way I could do this? There isn't. All right, this is how I do offensive line. It's probably not the best way, but it is my way and it works for me. So I just start looking at downs played and sacks given up, right? So I'm looking at high numbers. I want minimum 650s on up, and most of the time it's got to be in the 8 to 900s, somewhere in there. So right off the back, all right, we're in NFC, let's go AFC. So right off the back, we got our center, right? So I flow with it, and I may make changes. So I'm going to go Andre James, 839 for plays, 0 sacks allowed, and the Raiders 1,460 rushing yards. All right, so let's keep going here. See, these are too low. Here we go. We got a left guard. So we're going to go Zion Johnson, 761. 0. And the Chargers were top, and they had 2101. So we're going to go 2101. All right, we got a right guard. We got Greg Freeman, 929, 0. The Ravens, I think, were up there. Ravens had 1785. All right, got another right guard. So we're going to immediately put him at backup. So Quinn. Wait, are Broncos on my list? No, they're not. Quinn. Oh, no. Freeman, 929. $885. 1. And Broncos were where? Broncos, they're pretty high up there. 1648. 1648. Denver. All right, left tackle. We don't have one of those yet, so we're going to put Slater. 789. He had 1. And 2101 for the Chargers. All right, another right tackle. Now, the last two guys were Freeman and 0 sacks. Oh, no, we don't have any right tackle. Sorry. So we need a right tackle. So DJ Glaze, which is hilarious to me. 854. 1 sack. And Vegas had 1460. Right guard. It's going to be pretty low. A center. All right, he's got less plays than our starter, 1 more sack, and New England had less yards. So we're going to put him as a backup. So Tavon Rivers, 790, 1 sack, and New England had 1476. 1476. It's probably not interesting to anybody, but I hope y'all see how much work goes into this. It isn't just throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. All right, Nance. All right, he's got just a handful of more plays, like 50 more plays, less sacks. The Jets. Oh, Jets are low, so they're 1298. So I'm going to put him as a backup. Let's see, 1298. Yeah, 1298. You're getting somebody. And this is going to be the Jets, New York Jets. Keep going. Kelly. All right, so Kelly's got 884 and 1. So I'm going to put him over Rivers because he's got more plays, same amount, and more yards per team. So we're going to replace. We're going to place Rivers with Ryan Kelly. We're going to go 884, 1. And the Colts had 1986. And this is how I do it. I just keep going back and forth like this until we fill them all in. Frazier. Can't do Pittsburgh. They're on my list, right? Yeah, Pittsburgh's on my list. So cannot do them. Right guard. So he's got 820 and 1. Not going to be enough. No. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. Zinter, 850 and 1. No. See, this is where I start to struggle, but I think the Browns had... No, he had more yards than the Jets. 1448. All right, I'm going to replace Oscar Nance with Zach Zinter. The Browns had 1448. 1448. Right guard Smith. Nope, we're into the twos now. Now we still need a backup left tackle and a backup right tackle. So we're not there yet. I'm not looking at any of these other positions. We're only looking for left tackle and right tackle. All right, we're just going to put this one here, and we may replace him, but we're going to go Joshua Jordan. He had 720. He had 2. And Vegas had 1460. Nope. And then we're going to go Spencer Brown, 789. 2, and then the Bills were 1405. 5. All right, Gilmore had 811 at left tackle. That's more. Way more. So we're going to go Zach Gilmore. 811 to in New England. I replaced one of their guys, so they are 1476. Nope. 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 And we're in the threes now. So that's how I do offensive line. So my starters are Slater, Johnson, James, Freeman, Glaze. Backups, Gilmore, Zinter, Kelly, Menertz, and Brown. It's probably just Mertz. I don't know. Whatever. So I feel like that's pretty spread, pretty even. We'll do the same for the NFC. All right, right off the back, we got our left guard. Uh, 816, 0, and San Francisco is at the top. 1669. They had less yards. Dang, all three of these guys. Son of a gun. All right. Problem is Chicago's least in yards. Where the Cardinals, I think they're halfway. I'm going to do Cardinals as the backup. Yeah, that's a tough one. That was a tough one. So 829, 0, and then the Cardinals are 1577. All right, got our first center. Congrats, Priest. Ronnie Stanley. 851, 0. And Packers, top of the league, 2028. 2028. Green Bay. A right guard, John Higgins, 837, 0. Dallas, 2304. Nah, just not enough games. All right, another right guard. I think this is Arizona. I'd have to give that to Green Bay. So we're going to go Juwan Ringer, 795. 1 in Green Bay had 2028. Our first right tackle, Lanny Bryan, 835. 1 in Dallas had 2304. Left guard, no, not worth looking at. Turner for the Lions. Lions or Panthers, who had more yards? Panthers. Close. I might have to give the backup center to the Lions, but we're going to hold off on that. Another right guard, 842 and 1. Now, Green Bay had more running yards, I think. Let me double check that. Yes. All right. I'll keep giving that to Green Bay. It's so funny. This guy literally, Ryan Ramczyk, literally had 11 to 14 sacks given up every single year on my team. Goes over here, 1 sack per game. Like, someone explain that to me. I really wish I could wrap my head around. It's just, I don't know, whatever. Ryan. $815, 1. The Panthers. $2165. Left guard, 853. No left guard. So we're looking at left tackle, right tackle. This is our first left tackle? Holy cow. $835, 2. And Dallas is 2304. He's going to be my backup right tackle. 872. Where are the Giants? Now the less. Okay, I have to give it to him. 2. And San Francisco was 1669. San Francisco. So we're looking for left tackle now. Maybe right tackle. Where did Minnesota fall? Nah, he's at the bottom of the league. We just looked for left tackle. There we go. 853, 2, and Arizona was 1577. And there we go. Guyton, Jackson, Staley, Higgins, Bryant are my starters. Johnson Jr., Adams, Ramczyk, Ringer, Bakhtiari are my backups. All right. We're halfway through. What time is it? Feels like it's midnight. This is where it gets funky because I sort of jump around here. So immediately I'll look at tackles. I'm just going to jump around and start plugging things in as I jump around. Since, did you ever find out what the FPR situation was? That is sort of a weird statement. I hate those kind of statements, but it happens. All right, so right off the bat, we got a bunch of middle linebackers, right? So immediately I start looking at all their kind of line of stats. Colson Jr. definitely going to be a starter. So I'm jumping down to middle linebacker. Jr. Colson. 149 tackles. 21 tackles for loss. 6 sacks. A really great season for him. 6 deflections. I don't know what that means. I mean, I seen the comment. I seen that you asked him to DM you, and I haven't seen or heard anything else since. So, all right, let me get back focused here. Joe Hayden. All right, so 133. He's got 14, 8, and 1. This guy's got less interceptions, more sacks, more tackles for loss, but less tackles. This guy's got a ton of tackles for loss. Yeah, Bruce is going to be my other starter. Those tackles for loss are just way above everybody else, right? Oh. You framed that really weird in there too. I'm just going to shoot you straight. That whole framing is like, give me numbers. I understand that you put percentages, but it doesn't tell the story of what you're talking about. So if you want to DM me what you're talking about, also, unless he turns it in, it's not going to get you popped. And it sounds like we're talking 1 carry. I mean, I don't know. Just DM me the numbers. I'd like to look at it just to have head knowledge. He has not hit me up. He's not said anything. I think that simple FPR, though, just shooting you straight too, like that's just too simple to miss. Even if it had no effect on the game, it's too simple to miss. Don't miss it. You can't miss it. There's some things you just can't miss. And that's one. And we're talking a couple carries for a backup. You can't forget. Anyway, I got to get back focused here. I'm never going to get this done. Joe Hayden's going to be a backup. And he had more interceptions, more deflections. It's a tough one. He had more solo tackles, more tackles for loss. I'm going to take him. And it's going to murder my graphic. 120, 17, 3, 4, and 5. And that's the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, these other guys. Great seasons. Just not enough. Duggard, right? So I'm going to go down here to strong safety. He may not stay here, but I'm going to put him in. Just too many tackles to not take notice, right? Cole, left outside linebacker. So we're going to go over here and we're going to put Cole in. 106 tackles. 12 tackles for loss. 1.5 sacks. 2 interceptions. 3 deflections. I don't think he's going to stay, but we'll see. Hooker. Named after his mom. I'm just joking. That's just a joke. Bad joke. Sorry. 105 tackles. 6 tackles for loss. Nope. 8 interceptions and 6 deflections. Cook. Back up for right now. I don't know if he'll stay. 103 tackles. 3 interceptions. 10 deflections. Damon Stake. 102.8. I don't know that he'll stay. Perfect example is I already see. Well, can't put him in. I really don't see him staying, but I'm going to put him in because he's got a bunch of tackles. Just barely. It's close. It's close. Levante David, left outside linebacker. $95. I'm also not finished. So your guy may get back in there. And that's just how I do it because defense is so different. Tackles for loss, he had 4. He had 0 sacks. Oh, wait, I'm doing this wrong. Zero sacks. 4 sacks. I'm not doing this. What am I doing? I'm doing 95. 4 0 4 2. Let me change this up here. I want tackles for loss, sacks, INT, deflection. About this time I start to like pivot. All right, I'm starting to. Here's a guy you know is going to be in there, right? So he had 94 tackles, 11 4. So I'm looking for big stats that are sticking out, right? Hamlin down here. He's a strong safety. Yeah, so he's going to replace. Kyle's going to go down 1. And Kyle's going to get in there. Kyle Hamilton, 93. 9. 9. Tyran's gonna replace my backup. All right, now I'm going to start transitioning, right? We're starting to get to where everybody's at. So tackles for loss, like who are super high. We already got Noel in there. Crosby, so he's got to go in there. So we're going to go left in. That's where, again, I just bounce around. So Max is going to go in here. He's got 8.5 sacks. 25 tackles for loss, 54 tackles in the season. I don't know if he'll stay, but that's where he's going right there. Myles Garrett, he's going to go in there. Jones is going to go in there. One sack, I doubt he's going to stay, so I'm actually going to move him down as a backup because one sack is not going to get it done, but the tackles for loss, impressive. So 1, 24, 40, also impressive. But I don't see that being starter material. Walker's a left in, put him as a backup. At 8. Wayne is going to be a starter. Some crazy stats from him. All right, right outside linebacker. We currently don't have one, so we'll throw this guy in. He's got nice tackles for loss and sacks, so we'll go Dafe Owe. I don't know if that's right. 53 tackles, 22 tackles for loss, 9 sacks, 0 interceptions, 1 deflection. Colson's already in there. What? So, Watt is going to replace. Crosby's going to bump down. Actually, I'm going to keep both of these guys because they're both close. So we're going to bump both these guys down. We're going to put TJ. Oh, I can't put TJ. Darn it. All right, Worthy, left outside linebacker. He's got to replace somebody here. I'm going to put him as my backup. I'm going to replace Levante. So he had 59 tackles, 20 tackles for loss, 8.5 sacks, no interceptions, no deflections. Man. He had more tackles for loss, more sacks, no interceptions, no deflections, and half the tackles. So that's a tough one. Like, I could flip-flop those either way. A left in with 9 sacks, 20 tackles for loss, 50 tackles. Does have 1 interception. Yep, we take that into consideration, but I also can't. You know what I'm saying? Like I get what you're saying. I think we both are on the same page, but like I can't devalue a guy that gets picks and deflections and has some sacks and tackles for loss and has double the tackles. It's just a catch-22. We're gonna put him as Latu as our starter here. So we're going to go 9 sacks, 20 tackles for loss, 50 tackles. It was pretty close. Browning, right outside linebacker. We don't have a backup. 5 sacks, 2 interceptions. I think I'm going to move him down. So I'll move Miami guy down and I'll put him in. So we had 74 tackles, 19 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, 2 interceptions, 2 deflections. It's a hell of a year. Defensive tackle. All right, we're going to put him back up here. He's going to be our other backup. So these names are going to kill my graphic. Uh, 7 sacks. What time is it? Holy cow, it's taking forever. 7 sacks. 19 tackles for loss. This is why I always ask for help. 54 tackles on the year. Bolden, left outside linebacker. All right, he's got 51, 19, 7.5. No, not enough to take over Worthy. Left end Murphy, 9.5 sacks. 50, 19. Yep, I'll move Colts guy down. Vegas, sorry, he's going to be out. Right in Houston. We don't have a backup yet. Seven and a half tackles or sacks. 18 tackles for loss and 41 tackles on the season. I don't think any of those will last as soon as I get over to the sacks, but we'll see. Left outside linebacker. No, it's not going to be enough. Right in. Not going to be enough for Mr. Mason. All right, we're starting to enter territory of not a lot of valuable return here. This one's good. We're going to move these guys down. And we're going to go Mike Hall Jr. 9.5. 18. 51. And then I want to look at this other one. Bronson. Yeah, he's got to get in there. So he's going to be my last backup for right now. Uh, 6.5. 17. 50. All right. Now we start to separate the men from the boys. So TJ, is he in here? Left in? TJ's not. So 14 and a half. It's definitely going to be the starter. 21 tackles for loss. Yeah, I'm replacing both these guys. Yeah. All right, so we can go TJ. Oh, I can't. All right, so. Yeah. So I'm going to move Miles down, and McGowan's going to be my starter. So 12 sacks, 17 tackles for loss, 32 tackles on the season. And then Murphy is going to be the other guy right here. Crosby had a good season. Crosby had a really good season, but I think he's just going to come up barely short. All right, Garrett, he's already my starter. Herring. All right, I currently don't have Herring. So 15, 10 and a half. Oh yeah, that's going to put him in. Highsmith had 16. And he had 2 forced fumbles. I can't use him. Yep. So I feel like I got my defensive ends. I can't play this. Oh God, what am I doing wrong? This is another guy traded away. He had less than 3 sacks every single year, playing outside, inside. Like I moved him around trying to find the position. He goes over here, has 16 tackles for loss, 73 tackles, 10 interceptions. Like, what was I doing wrong? So annoying. Anyway, let's do defensive tackle. So we got Wayne. He's already my starter. We got Hall. He's my starter. I don't have him, so he's got 8.5, 15. No, I feel like I got to stick with what I got there. What about Williams? 7.5, 16, 56. All right, he's going to be first backup. All right, let's go back up here to the linebackers. So Spears is currently not in here. So Spears had 10 sacks. It's going to be more than worthy. 16 tackles for loss, just a few less, but more tackles. This one hurts to write. I need a new hobby, y'all. This might be my last Madden, y'all. Anybody else? Owe, I think we already got. Yep. He's a backup already. Worthy, we just bumped him. Bolden, he's left. So 7.5. Only 51 tackles, 19 tackles for loss. No interceptions. No. All right, now we're going to look at interceptions. So right now we're just looking at linebackers. So Dotson. He had 8. Man, I feel like this kid's got to get back in there. Yeah. What a good season. Hayden's already in there. I may move these guys around. Let me look at these middle linebackers. Some impressive stats. Yeah, I think I'm going to put starters are going to be Colson, Dotson, and the backups Noel and Hayden. Man, that's some impressive stats in that group, though. Bernard, right outside linebacker. It's 6. 78 tackles, 8 tackles for loss. Yep. Good season. 78 tackles. 8 tackles for loss. 1 sack. 6 interceptions. 10 deflections. I could flip-flop him and Owe pretty easily. All right, let's get back up here. So we got our linebackers, got our defensive line. That's how I do it. And then we're going to go cornerbacks now. So, of course, Shepard definitely in. What's up, kicking? 71 tackles, 17 interceptions. That's crazy impressive. 0 deflections. That's a nut stat. Fitzpatrick can't use. Marion Murphy. What is this? 52, 11, 3. Wiggins with 11. Yeah, he's not going to stay. I think Marion's going to get bumped down. He has more tackles, same interceptions, more deflections, or same deflections. I'm not, but this is our Pro Bowl stats for our league, the OMFL. It's the world's oldest and longest online CFM. 32 guys from around the world, been playing for 26 years. Started as a PC league all the way through the different PlayStations. And we're in our playoffs, and so I'm doing Pro Bowl stats to see who's going to get some extra awards. Mitchell, already in. Hamilton, already in. Green, 9 interceptions. We need some more backups, so we need 3 more backups. So John is going to get in. 86 tackles, that's impressive. 9 interceptions, 16 deflections. Hold on to some of those, Glaze. Night. Have a good one. Denver. Already did all these guys. Hooker is in. Milner's got 8 with 87. 6. Yeah, he's going to take Tyrants. All these ex-Saints players who did nothing for me go to other teams and just shine. Like, clearly it's a Nate issue. It's so disheartening. Graham, can't use. White, can't use. Cisco, 7. Yes. There's 3 other guys. So, tackles, he's above. Deflections. This guy does have a sack. I'm going Cisco for more solo tackles. Sorry, Cincy, but Staley did have an awesome season. You definitely got something to build on there. Same thing for McDuffie. I also try to spread the love, especially when we get late here. I'm tired of typing the same names. It's like, let's spread the love a little bit. 7 and 17. Savage, 6 as a free safety. Nope. Blackman, strong safety, 5. I'm going to say no. All right. Just so that we can wrap up the AFC, let's go ahead and do kicking. This should be pretty easy. Can't do that guy. So I'm looking at field goal percentage as well as field goals made. So Colvin, Gay, 51, 52. Extra points, 29 yards, 39 yards, 49 yards. I'm going to go Colvin. I mean, Gay just missed 1 kick. I'm going Gay. He's probably going to miss one in this playoff game now just because I said it. 20 makes, 95%, Indianapolis. And then punter, I'm a big net yards and inside the 20. So I'm going to start here. Yes, I can pick any of these guys. Yep. Maybe not. I'm going here. I am gonna murder I'm gonna murder my my graphic. $14 inside the 20. And total yards 1787. And then returner. This also gets a little funky. So immediately I go touchdowns. Copeland, Pacheco, McCool. And since not everybody also returns punts, no one there. So I'm going to go average. Kind of wipe out the top guys here. So I got Clark, Fredrickson, I think Copeland's going to be my guy. He had the best overall stats. Kick return average 27. It's pretty good. Touchdowns 1. Punt return average 6. 0. Baltimore. Whew. Who's playing? I don't even know who's playing over there. Let's go NFC. And we get to do all that one more time. See why this takes so freaking long. It's a lot of work. All right, let's start plugging names in here. Rams and Eagles. Those are the guys I got to avoid. Rams and Eagles. All right. Maybe. We'll see. Galen Loach. Tackles 150. That's a great season. 14 tackles for loss. Half a sack. 2 interceptions. 6 deflections. Dale's definitely going to be in there. $133 tackles, 15, 3 sacks, 0 interceptions, 7 deflections. Rams can't. Cardinals. Yep. Warner. Yep. $13 deflections. My goodness. Oh, chin and chin, chin. I'm not going to put chin. No interceptions. 6 deflections. No sacks. Only 8 tackles for loss. That's just not going to be good enough. Julian, he's always in there. This guy's a stud. Spillane, 6 interceptions. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta put him in. Wow. I will not be advancing it. Somebody else can. I will after I'm done. I'm not stopping and coming back. I am neck deep and almost done. 111, 10, half a sec. That's not going to be good enough. 4. Yeah, 4 is not going to get it done. Nope. Good season from him, though. He played good for me. Right outside linebacker, Warren Barnes. 110 tackles, 25 tackles for loss, 6 sacks, 8 interceptions. I sure hope this guy got put up for Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, because that's a stat line, y'all. Simmons too, man. $110 tackles, 18 tackles for loss, 5, 4, and 3. That's a hell of a season from Isaiah. Overshown. That's not going to get it done. Greenlaw. Maybe. 108-13. Barely sharp. Barely sharp, Priest. It's a good season. I don't think that's going to be good enough. Can't do Rams. Xavier. Let's see. Yeah, I'll put him as a starter for right now. Joshua Boner. What a name. He had 105 tackles. Uh, 15 tackles for loss. 1.5 sacks. 8 interceptions. 1 deflection. Douglas. It's 6. Yep, I'll put him in. Baker. No, good season. Not gonna be good enough. Bobby. Good season, not good enough. Good season, not good enough. Good season, not good enough. I'm not doing that. I'll put Stoogie in there for right now. I don't see him staying though. 1 interception, 13 deflections. Just grab some of those. Not good enough. Not good enough. Bruce. Nope. Good season. Not good enough. Nope. All right, we're starting to enter no return territory. All this 2.5, 2, no. All right, I'll put him as a backup. What are we doing? We're doing 94, 13, 1.5, 3, 3. Nope. 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 Moving some of the linebackers around. All right, let's go tackles for loss. Barnes already in there. Clancy. Let's go ahead and do that. And the Tampa Bay Bucks had some good stats for a team that didn't win many games. Dean, can't use him. Roy Jones, Jr. What is he? Defensive tackle? Yeah, put him in there. 8, 19, 47. That's a heck of a season. Mullins. Oh, look at Mullins. Good to see you, buddy. 7.5, 19. Larson. 10, 19, 51. That's a heck of a season. Sweat. 6.5 and 19 at left end. I'm gonna say no. Good season. Kelly. 5.5. Yeah. 5.5. 19. 40. That's a heck of a season from a defensive tackle. Meadows. What is he? A right end. We don't have one of those yet. Yeah, let's put him in. Jason Meadows. 8.5. 19. 43. Simmons. We talked about him. He's got 18 and 5. Yeah, that should put him in. Yeah, we're going to move Bonner down. I'm going to keep Bonner. I'm gonna put Isaiah here. See, he had 110 tackles. Oh no, crap! What am I doing? Isaiah is here. He's in my. I flip-flopped him. Allen. He's got 4.5. No, there's a guy better. Lawrence. His own player. Let's go Williams. Right in. Yep. We need one. 7, 18, 42. Phillips, good season, not good enough. Davis, same, good season, not good enough. And then Lawrence. It's got 10. 18. Yeah, we're going to move these guys down. Burns. Burns has got 4.5 and 17. Nah. Thomas, he's got 10 and 17. Yeah, that should do it. I'm gonna move. No, left. 10 and 17. Yeah. So Mullins goes down. $10, 17, 36. I don't think either one of those will stay. Clark has got 4.5. No. Hutchinson, 8. Yep. Jackson, 6.5. Nope. Young, 8 and 16. I mean, these other guys just have way more tackles. There's nothing else that really makes him stand out. Parsons left in at 9 and 16. Yep. Mullins don't get in. Sorry. Stop sucking, Nate, and maybe you'll get players in. So 9, 16, 34. Hazelton, middle linebacker. No. Van Ness. No. Warner is already in there. Yep. Bosa, 9.5 and 15 at left. Yep, he's going to get in over Parsons. Wallace, 2.5 and 15. Yeah. So we'll go 93, 15, 2.5, 2, 10. Shouldn't give Bird anybody. Just kidding. Gary. What is he? Left outside linebacker? Not enough. Durham, we've already done. All right. Let's go over to sacks. Larson at 10 sacks as a defensive tackle. He's in. Lawrence in. It's funny to see two defensive tackles leading the NFC. Marquise Thompson, he's in. Bosa, he's in. Murphy's not in. Nope. Parsons not in. Great seasons. Meadows is in. Luvu's not in. Feel like I need to replace that. And his tackles are low. The 8 tackles for loss are nice. He's got half the tackles of Wallace. No interceptions. I'm going to say no. Roy's in. Here's one I don't think we've looked at. Not enough. Those left ends had a tough go at it. Nope. Already looked at him. Not enough. Hutchinson is in. Mullins, not enough. Williams, not enough. Jackson, not enough. Six from a left. Nope. All right. Interceptions. When we start getting late like this, I start worrying I'm missing somebody. But again, I have the board that they look over everything. So, all right. Jalen Belton. He's got 69. 13. 14. Richards. Hate that name. 69. 10. 4. Marshall. 77. 10. 4. Barnes. I think Barnes is in. Yeah, Barnes is in. Bonner is not. You know, he is in. Bonner's in. All right, Saunders. $55, 7, 5. Raymond. 69, 7, 6. Samuels. 58. Oh, no. Deion Samuels. 58, 7, 2. Bates. He had 7. He had 60. He had 5. I'm going to put him over Samuels. $67, 5. Oh. $67, 5. $67, 5. Good season from Stokes, but hold on to some of those priests. 22 deflections is craziness. Douglas, free safety. I'm going to flip-flop them. Douglas is going to get the start. McKinney is going to get the backup. Bell, Marquise, he had 5. Marcus Williams had 5 too. 7. But you had 20 something more tackles. I'm gonna let you keep that. Strong safety Bell though had 5. Yeah, it's gonna take you there. Just not enough. He had 68. 5. 11. Woodward at 4 and 1. That ain't gonna do it. No. I think that's it. At least that's as good as I feel like I can get it tonight. We didn't do this, but let me just see. Is there anybody with some crazy touchdowns? Biggers. Only 4 interceptions though. It's not enough there. Touchdowns are such a weird thing to try to gauge. That's not a bad ratio there, huh? Cincy, 5 interceptions, 4 touchdowns. 5 and 3. All right. I got to wrap this up. Head to bed. All right, kicking. I feel like Dallas wins this every year. Yeah. I hate giving this to him every year, but he's we don't ever talk about kicking, but clearly my guy is very, very, very good. 29 makes and 90%. All right, we're going to go. I can't do Rams. San Francisco. All right, last one, y'all. We're going to go touchdowns. Nobody from the NFC. We'll go average. Tompkins, Little, Davis. Tompkins, Little, Davis. Let's see. Any touchdowns here? Nope. There's nothing that really matches up. I think I've seen Hamler. He only had 14. This sucks. There's none of this matches up. And there's nothing here. I think we do Roy Davis. I'm gonna go Hamler. Hamler seems to be the closest. Later, buddy. 25. 0. $6.1 and 0. Woo, we're done. Finally, it's all over. All right, I'm gonna get out of here myself, fellas. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. I don't know if this was fun or not fun. I just figured it'd be something different to do tonight, and be a little transparency about how I get these things selected. So I'm gonna head my tail on to bed like Priest and get some sleep, and we'll get back at it again tomorrow. Okay, guys, I love you. Know that you matter. Take care of yourself. Take care of those around you. We'll see you on the next one. Okay, peace.
Smash that like and subscribe.